In this video, I'm going to share you my sound bowl meditation experience. Check this out. If you're new here, I post videos on ways to increase your vibration, increase your joyful life, increase your inner peace. And I also share book hauls and book summaries on self-transformational books, personal development, and self-help. And today I want to share with you my experience with a sound bowl meditation. This was something that was self-transformational. I first experienced this at my workplace. They were providing a free 45-minute sound bowl meditation. And I ended up going to the place where they actually hold the sound bowl meditation. And I can tell you right now, it was 5 times more impactful going to their actual place where they hold these sound bowl meditations, and especially in a place where people had an intention going into sound bowl meditation. When it was held for free at my workplace, it was just a bunch of corporate people, didn't know what it was, so we were just going in there blindly. I have to share that when I did go to the workplace one, I did have an out-of-body experience. I told a few friends of mine that when I did go to that experience, I felt when I was laying down, it was a 45-minute meditation, and it felt like it was 10 minutes. It was bizarre because I was laying on my back. My knees were a bit bent. I saw like an energy. It was like an image of myself. It was not like a ghost-like, but maybe kind of. But that energy stepping out and then a new energy coming in, and it was me. And I knew it was me. I wasn't scared. But coming out of that, that's what I felt in that first time I had a sound bowl meditation. Now, first, what is sound bowl meditation? The one thing I learned from sound bowl meditation is when different cultures use sound to clear or to pray or to even help heal energies. One example that the sound bowl master spoke about was that some religions and cultures like Buddhists, they use a gong to move energy in the body. And I've gone through several different types of sound meditations, even like a gong one. And it was so cool just hearing that sound vibrating for your energy. For sound bowls, they are made of quartz crystal. So a type of crystal that is also made of the essence of your teeth, which I think is so cool. What happens is that apparently quartz crystals, they're used in a lot of technology and tech items or to help transmit and receive energy. So that's the one thing that we learned during the sound bowl meditation. That's the reason why they use quartz crystal in technology. It helps shift energy. The one thing that she also mentioned was that the bowls, they come out, the sound bowls or vases per se, what they call them, is that they bring out a sound of an A, B, different notes, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp, and D sharp. These notes help vibrate and shift energy and helps you move to a higher frequency. Luckily, I was able to go there with one of my good friends, Diana.
Hi, who am I saying hi to?
Who is in a mastermind I'm in, Constantia. We've been in this mastermind for, almost 5 years now. And we've created that bond, that mastermind, like lifting up one another. Another of our members is in Vancouver, so they weren't able to go. Just having even someone there that is like sending love energy and is there pulling for you, like pulling you up. It makes a huge difference. I mean, in my life, I've had people who've pulled me down, and I'm sure like a lot of you have as well. It's tough being in that situation. But when I was able to pull myself out of that, like the good people started coming in. And I think that was why it was a bit different than when I first went to my work one. But I digress. Today is Tuesday. The meditation was Saturday night. So about 3 days ago, I told myself after the meditation, I would make a video. On Sunday, I'd make a video. I wasn't ready. I think it had to do with trying to understand and imagine like what the heck just happened there too. I was gonna do one yesterday and I still couldn't. I think today was the best day to actually think it through. And a lot of things just happened during that 45 minutes. I don't know what happened. It was just, I know what happened. My vibration moved up. It was completely different. The people who went to the session, they were all in the same kind of mindset. Like they all had that intention. They all knew. Some already knew what it was. She mentions a lot on The Map of Consciousness by David Hawkins, who wrote Power versus Force, and this is where it's from. Just the calibration and energy of, there's some that go all the way down from like shame, it calibrates at like 220, pride, 150 or so. When people lift themselves into a vibration or frequency of love or above, which is the frequency of 500 on that Map of Consciousness, so check out that book if you're curious. When you are at love or above, you positively impact 700 150,000 people around the world. Like anyone who's at a low frequency, you're helping to bring that up. I heard that several years ago, but I never thought about it when she mentioned if you're at peace or above, which is the frequency of 600 above, you're positively impacting over 10 million people in the world. That's just how strong peace is versus love. Like love is still amazing. Love is still there. And apparently the world is at courage around, I think 350 or so. So we're getting there, but even if just 1% get to love or above, that will completely change the world. When she was saying, when you're going into these sound meditations, you are actually increasing your vibration to love or above. A lot of those people, after the meditation is over, she asks you, what do you feel? There are about 50 people in that room, and about 10 people, including myself, said peace. That was like, and I didn't even think she was going to mention anything about peace. A lot said love. A lot said calm. So they are getting at a higher frequency. And there's 50 of us in the room. Now, imagine how much that can impact like a whole city. Like me being in Calgary, Alberta, we're trying to increase the frequency of our city. So I think that's so cool that we're doing that. And not only that, I feel like the world, that's what she's saying. It's like a movement when you do stuff like this. So that was really a big thing I want to share. I mean, a lot of things happened. What she did is she started playing this thank you song, and I'll link that song below. Immediately, for some reason, I don't know if for those of you who understand quantum leaping or quantum jumping, I quantum leaped to my childhood home. I remember that time, my dad, he changed the grass at the back and it was all green and it was like so beautiful. And it was around that time, and I was laying in the back, and even my age right now, holding hands with my 11-year-old self, and I even knew my favorite outfit. I loved these little, it was like a comic kind of strip on a t-shirt, like a green t-shirt and green shorts, so they matched. I was holding my hand and it felt so real. It was like vivid. I can tell like this youngin who was myself, that's currently probably happening at this moment, telling her, you're gonna live an amazing life. Yeah, you're having tough times right now. People call you sensitive, you're picking up energies, and people call you certain things. People think you're this and that. But I was telling myself, like, you're gonna like have an amazing life. You have like a beautiful, gorgeous wife. You have a gorgeous, beautiful, love, like the best dog in the world who's so full of peace. You like have a home. You get married in one of the most beautiful places in the world. You travel the world. You are blessed with abundance, positive abundance, wealth. I don't know. I just like, it almost makes me want to cry because like I listened to that song a day after, and again, I quantum leap. Random story. I was at my chiros, and right before my chiro adjusts me, I have to lay down on a heating pad for like 10 minutes. And I again quantum leaped to that time while I was listening to that song. And then he opened the door and interrupted me, and I felt like, where am I? That's just how deep that song, like I just don't know what happened there, but I did let myself know at that age. And I think some people can call this even no bad parts or like your inner child. So I went back into that place and I told him, you're gonna be an amazing person. And then I saw my 11-year-old self like smile, like so full of joy. And then I saw my mother calling me in, like the young 11-year-old. And then my mom's like, Vicki, Joy, like what's going on? Who are you talking to? And I was just like, didn't say anything. I just smiled, and we smiled at each other. And then she went to the house, and I don't know, I just feel like because I shifted that 11-year-old, which is happening, like I believe in multiverses, like that's happening in a different realm. It's completely changed who I am at the moment. That's why I was just like, what happened after this meditation? Like I couldn't even talk about it right away. I was able to chat about it with my friend Diana, but I really couldn't do a video. And I promised myself that like I was gonna do a video. That was the one thing I was like, quantum leaping, positively impacting 10 million. Also, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Liking, subscribing, and turning on notifications really helps get this information to the people who need it the most. The next thing was very interesting. Like for all those who are on my channel, like I do have a spiritual guide named Zora. Zora was there. Like, so it transitioned into like the sounds. And then I just all of a sudden felt like a bit of pain in my lower back, maybe because I was laying there, but then Zora was whispering, saying there's something that we need to clear that is in your lower back. And I'm like, I don't think so. I feel like it's because I'm laying down for a long time, but no. She was like, no, there's something there. And we did, and the pain started going away. Now, when Zora came, like when I can't see what Zora looks like, I just see like white light, but it always is like Slavic accent. And she always says, yes, Vicki, when I know it's her. Now, the next thing happened was so crazy is when she was there, it was like light. I started seeing the Pleiadians. Now, for all of those who don't know what the Pleiadians are, I'll also link a video below on someone who explained what the Pleiadians are. They're the starseed family from the Pleiadian star cluster. I think I saw about like 5 of them, and they were blonde hair. I saw them, and Zora was like, the Pleiadians are trying to connect with you. And I'm just like, what? I mean, I didn't even know. Like, okay, that's cool. And then I saw myself as a Pleiadian. It was like literally like me, but I had lighter hair because I thought the Pleiadians were all just like Norwegian and like blonde hair, but I did see myself. I didn't have black hair. It was like, yeah, if it'd be like a blonde version of my hair, but like darker. I would say like if I dyed my hair blonde, it would be kind of like bronze. So it was like that, but it was like my face and it was like in a white robe. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, this is crazy. I've never gone that deep into a type of meditation to actually see the Pleiadians, and they were trying to connect. The Pleiadians and Zora, with the help of Zora, like love her, they were saying it's time for you to let go. And I'm like, let go of what? It's like, if you don't even know what it is, just focus on your back and let it go. I guess that's why the pain was there, because it was trying to release. And luckily I did write this in my book, because I'm like, what? Like all this stuff happened. That was one of the big ones, was seeing the Pleiadians for the first time. Fun fact is that while I was like, I digressed a bit, because when I had a meditation at my work, because they have meditation classes like every Tuesdays, during that session, and that was like today. That's why I'm so glad I'm recording this today. And it was only a 15, like I would say 15, 17 minute meditation. Zora, like, so whenever Zora, my spiritual guide, talks to me, it's through meditation or in nature or like in deep, like in my library when I'm in deep thought or like reading. She doesn't really come in other times, but maybe she does if I really need it. But she told me I'm a Pleiadian. I'm like, what? I'm like, Zora, I came in contact with you in September 2023. Yes, it was in nature. It was in Glenmore Park, one of the nicest, beautiful parks we have in the city here. And I said, why didn't you tell me? And then she's like, Vicki, you weren't ready. And also you didn't even know what a Pleiadian was. And I was like, I started giggling because I didn't find out what a Pleiadian was until 2024. So, okay, she makes sense. And it makes sense because she's like white light and she's been guiding me all this time. It took like this deep meditation to get to that level. So I'm very grateful for that. I just like don't know what happened there. Like it was just like so life-changing. And the one thing she said during that meditation today was that the last 2 years have been more spiritual, emotional, transformational. You're now finally at your physical. So I can tell because the beginning of the year, I was like so sick for like 2 months, starting to like work out more, starting to actually eat better and like focus on really good food. So, and I never really had that for like years. Even like when I was trying to get fit and stuff, like I was still eating like not the best food here. Like now I just want to focus on eating the best food. I'm sorry, I digress. I just like, it's just the video that I'm just like sharing my thoughts, and it's because I can't believe that this is like happening, and I thought I'd want to share it. But I think what really helped me out, like back to the sound bowl meditation, is that when you go into like a meditation like this, meditation, the sound bowl master said to drop any expectations. Immediately I was like, does she mean surrender and let go, like go with the flow? And a few seconds later, she said, you have to surrender. So, okay, that's what she meant. I thought that was so cool. Like, expectation is not good. And she said, with anything in life, whether it be the meditation or anything that you go through, you're supposed to just surrender and go with the flow, and everything will work out to your betterment. You also have to make sure that you're comfortable, and that if you're uncomfortable, move your body to move the energy. And if you cough, like let it out, like cough, don't like hold it in, even a sneeze, so anything. The next thing was, and this was towards the end of the meditation, I don't know what happened, but my whole body, it felt like I was glowing in gold light. Like it was glowing. Diana, how do you feel?
I feel very relaxed and energized at the same time.
I know, I'm feeling like, I felt very like high, like a natural high. And I'm like, so cool. My body is in gold light, but also like interesting. Gold light? So yeah, I have to Google what that gold light means. Oh, wow. Okay, so I Googled what this gold light symbolizes, and it says it's illumination, light, brilliance, and enlightenment. Oh my goodness, this is like crazy. It can also represent healing, which I totally felt I was, protection, and connecting to higher spiritual realms or guidance. That's so crazy. That is like, wow, I did not expect that. Okay. Yeah, see, this is why I couldn't film it right away. I'm like so mind blown. Also, with this meditation, after I was lightheaded, and she said that any type of meditation, especially the sound bowl, because it's such a deep meditation, it's like going through like your energy fields and your tissues and things like that. You have to be grounded. Otherwise, if you just get up from the meditation and drive home, you're gonna be driving like you're high. Like I did maybe feel that high vibe. So what I did is to keep grounded is she says to get a hug from someone. Like hug someone, walk on grass outside, hug a tree, hold some Himalayan salt rocks, and she had some there. And she said that these Himalayan salt rocks, their energy vibrations are translucent crystals of salt amplifies the ethereal fluid in the ethereal body and crystalline properties in the physical body. And when you feel these Himalayan salt rocks, you feel more properly programmed through meditation. You can liberate the mind and discover potential unlimited awareness. So in order to gain more consciousness about their emotional, intellectual, and physical states, we share our energy with crystal salt. Okay, that's cool. So that's the reason why that was one thing. But the one thing she said about grounding was to literally go bare feet on grass, on the ground, and while hugging a tree for 10 to 20 seconds. So if you see my video up here on hugging a tree, I'm hugging a tree, but I'm not barefoot. And during that time, it was snowing. Oh, it was kind of cold on Saturday, so I wasn't able to, but I was able to hug a tree, and Diana was as well. So I do apologize. I'm like mumbling, going on, just because I feel like this is getting downloaded to me to like share. It was one of the most interesting and life-changing meditations I've been through, especially seeing all those images and things like that. A cool thing that she mentioned, and this also resonated with my friend Diana, besides the feeling peace and above positively impacts 10 million people in the world, you may trigger others when you're at a higher vibration. Meaning those who have a lower vibration and they get triggered and they're annoyed, just keep in mind that that's not yours. That's not yours at all. And it's really about them, it's not you. Because your vibration could irritate other people because it's just so high, which is fine. Just keep that in mind. And also with the feeling of peace or love and above, just people being around you, like they don't even have to talk to you, just being in your vicinity, like maybe 10 feet around you or just maybe in the same room, they will be positively impacted. And some will get irritated in what I mentioned earlier, but some will actually feel better and have a problem and be like, that's not a problem. There's an opportunity there. There's something that I can change here. Just keep that in mind too, if you decide to ever go to a sound bowl meditation. Another thing I also noticed was, I think also, I'm gonna share you guys this. I wear this a lot, if you can see that. This is my necklace that I got in Sedona. So it's actually Sedona sand from one of the mountains there. I think it was Cathedral Rock. One of the indigenous family members from that area, their father is a shaman and centuries in their family's shaman. And she spent time under Cathedral Rock meditating and sending blessings to this. I have a feeling this amplified it because I think inside might be quartz crystal. Like, isn't that so cool? This sand is from Sedona. So I notice whenever I wear this, it like even my hand, it's like tingling. So I think it's so cool. But I have a feeling that might have helped too. So every time I meditate, I'm gonna like try to wear that. I just wanted to share that as well. I noticed that was in my notes. There's just like so many things, guys. Like I'm also starting to dream more. It's so funny. Like 2 years ago, I stopped talking to one of my best friends from over 20 years. I met when I was like 14, 15. You know, we had a falling out 2 years ago. After that, I had a spiritual awakening. Last night, I had a dream and it was so bizarre. It was like, I was at a mall and like I was with a cousin and I had to go to the washroom and the washrooms were like it was like a mall. The top of the mall was like happening. The bottom of the mall was like empty, vacant. So they had stores that were just like closed down, no lights, but the washroom was open. So I went to the like washroom and then the toilet started overfilling and I was like, what the heck? And then someone went to the next stall and they're like, what the heck? I stepped in water. Uh-oh. And right away I knew, I'm like, okay, that's someone I know. I went to wash my hands and then in the dream, my ex-best friend comes out and she's like, oh, hi. And I'm like, oh. And at that time I wasn't angry. I was just like at peace. I was like, is this another realm that like I'm giving forgiveness? You know, it was so crazy because like she was asking me like, are you ready to talk? And I was just like, I wasn't, but I wasn't mad. I was just like in my head, I kind of mumbled something and then I knew I was at peace. that was pretty cool. Like I didn't have to say anything, and I don't know, it's just, that was bizarre. And I woke up and right away, I'm like, my wife's alarm went on, and I'm like, okay, this is another realm. This is so cool. Like, so like when I think of that person, like I have no more hard feelings. Like what happened was hard, and I'm sure she was hurt too, because like, you know, we just stopped talking, and that was my decision. But like, you know what, I forgive. You know, things happen. Like I won't forget maybe the hurt, but like things make you stronger. It was pretty cool to go down that realm. And then on the plus note is that there are different meanings to like toilets, but I quickly looked for like, it said, is your toilet full? But this one was more like overflowing. So when you're dreaming of a toilet being over full, it can be like burdens and like boundaries. I specifically saw it was water. Okay. So toilet overflowing with water, I researched it and it said you are feeling successful and you have abundance in your life. And then that's the one thing the sound meditation master said, don't just think of abundance, because abundance can be negative, positive abundance. So I am feeling that at the moment. I don't know, it just feels so much lighter. Usually when I have like a deep cleansing, I'm like so irritated, but like it's been going so good. I think because I've made that connection to the Pleiadians. I realized my spiritual guide, Zora, is Pleiadian. You know, I have no one to really share it with. Like, yeah, I have like my mastermind stuff, but I just thought I'd share it in the video so that one day when I look back at this video and the sound bowl meditation, like that moment changed my life. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. I know I blabbered on about the sound bowl meditations. It was just life-changing. Like I almost cried, but I didn't, because I was just, I don't know, I just felt like such a natural high after. I think because like that's the one thing someone told me. Like if you've done the work, like it's so much easier to just like clear. And I've done the work. It's been a challenging 2 years, but it's so worth it, man. And like the love and joy, I'm just so grateful. Like I love my dog so much. It's just so much bliss. And then my beautiful wife who's always been there for me. Like that's what true love feels like. And I just, whenever a meditation, you think of something you love, and I always think of my girls. I just love them very much. Thanks for listening. And you know, if you ever get a chance to do sound bowl meditations, do it. And like Google sound bowl meditations in your hometown. I don't know, I highly recommend sound bowl meditations, and it's something that I'm going to continue to do. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.